Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 19 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today I need to do something about all this stuff that's building up right here. I need to get myself a mass fabricator. And in order to use that mass fabricator, I'm going to have a bit more power generation than I currently have. I'm doing alright, don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing great. So, for now, looks like I have plenty in this MFE up here to keep all my machines running, at least for now. So why don't I figure out a way to get everything working properly and get enough power to power a mass fabricator. So I'll get started and I'll be back in a moment once I'm ready. Alright, so I think I want to clear out a little bit of space on the other side of this stairwell, over there on that side. So I think I should probably, at this point, well, actually, yeah, I think I'll be alright. We'll see what happens, alright. I'm going to go ahead and get my item requester here and request myself a couple of things. I need my 3 landmarks. I'm actually going to need a 4th one of those. I don't know why there's only 3 in my chests. So why don't I grab a redstone torch and a piece of lapis. I'm also going to need my filler, 3 bricks. No, I don't need the bricks. I'm good without bricks. And I need that lapis. Yeah, one of those, please. There it comes. Thank you, sir. Let's get myself my 4th landmark. Oh, that's right. A couple people posted on the comments of my last video. I left one out in the middle of nowhere. Whoops. Anyway, so I'm going to place that guy there and that guy up there. Now let's figure out where exactly we want to go to. I want it to be pretty much the same size as this room, and it's probably going to be doing a couple different things for me. So this is at X9, it looks like. So let me get over there and build out to X number 9. And yeah, I know, I apologize. It's a little dark in here. Hey, that'll work. X9. Perfect. Now, I don't have any particular idea of how big I want this thing to be. Let's just make it a decent size across. That's good. No idea where I'm at, but good enough for me. Okay. So placing down my landmarks. Grabbing my filler. Looks cool. And I know, you guys all want me to make sure I don't forget to go pick up my landmarks. I won't. They're so expensive, too. One whole piece of lapis. Oh my. Alright, and then the last component here is to give this guy some glass, because I want this to be a clearing recipe. And, I don't know, let's put some smooth stone in there, just in case there's a floor for it to fill up. And then I need a power teleport pipe and a, golden power pipe. So those guys are down here somewhere. Alright, I don't have any. I'll just get one of you and one of you. Should be good. Items should be arriving momentarily. Here they come. And I'm going to set this guy to frequency 4, which is currently powering my forestry stuff, but, it's not doing all that much work at the moment because I only have one little forestry set up. So if I set this guy to 4 and true, I should start getting some juice. And, of course, there it is. So I'll be back in a moment once this room is all cleared out. Alright, well, while all this stuff is falling, I'm just collecting it. I know it might be a little dark in here, but that's alright. I'll lighten it up in a moment for you guys. Inventory is getting a little full, so I'm just going to jump through my portal here to my chest, and I can just drop everything I want into this chest. I'm going to keep my redstone for now, thank you very much. That looks awfully good. Oh, some copper ore too. Cool. This way at least I can, keep that mess downstairs handled while all this craziness is going on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And yeah, I need to light this room up, don't I? I'm getting to it. So like I said, I'll be back in just a moment once all this cleaning up is done. Oh yeah, look at the mess I caused. Must be clearing up just a bit underneath some sand and causing a little bit of an issue. I thought I might run into that. So why don't I straighten it out by grabbing my electric jetpack here and go into town with some cobblestone. Well, I think I have some. I don't have any smooth stone on me. That's right, I put it in that chest back there. There we go, hover mode. Looking good. Come on, almost there. There we go. That should clean up the big old mess that was just made. Hey, much better. Goodbye to all that water. Alright, so let me get this room a little bit nicer looking and I'll be right back. All I'm going to be doing is putting some lights in here, cleaning up all the junk that fell on the floor, and yada yada. I'll be right back. Hey, alright, not a bad room. I wonder if this cobblestone, since it's leaking water, this is one of those things where you guys are going to say, Direwolf, how come you know so much about mods, but you know so little about vanilla Minecraft? Yeah. Does water leak through normal stone? Maybe not. No, it does. Oh well. I should probably do something about that. I don't want water leaking into my room, even though I really do like that new effect that they added. There we go. Excuse me a moment while I fix this up. Oh my, it's dark out and there's zombies attacking me. Let's get the heck out of here. Alright, back down into that room where I can now safely seal it up and make it look pretty. And then what I want to do down there, I think, is have a geothermal generator room, pretty much. I want to be able to get lava into this room, put it into geothermal generators, and basically make them produce some industrial craft energy for me. So let's get started on that process right now. Okay, so I did get a good bunch of iron from that floor downstairs that I just cleaned up, and I just made sure it went through my sorting system here to get all converted and nicely cleaned and sorted. So I should have a good amount of iron going on at the moment. And I'm going to go with, oh, I don't know, how about 8 geothermal generators? That should be good. In order to build 8 geothermal generators, I should need about this much refined iron, I believe. So let's cook that stuff up right now. Also, I'm going to make sure I have some tin. And for the tin, I'm going to need to make sure I have plenty of empty cells. Alright, so that should be cool. How you doing, induction furnace? Good enough for now. So let's first get some machine blocks here. There we go. Eight machine blocks. I'm also going to need some cables. I'm going to need about 8 of those. Perfect. And I'm also going to need 8 furnaces. Let's go grab, I had some cobblestone in here. And like I said, I'm building 8 geothermal generators, so like all generators, I need to start with a basic generator and then upgrade from there. So here's my 8 generators, and I need a little bit more refined iron. I must have miscounted. Whoops. I need 4 more. Okay, that should be good. So, start with our generator, some refined iron on the bottom, some glass on some sides, and some empty cells. And that'll give us our geothermal generator. A nice little toy. And I made 8 of them because I really want to pretty much produce a lot of energy rather quickly. Now, we're all familiar with the fact that Buildcraft can pump liquids, and And we're also familiar with the fact that we need to get that liquid into this geothermal generator. Unfortunately, there's no direct or good easy way to do it. So that's going to kind of be a nuisance. But don't worry, we'll figure something out. Now, I'm going to lay down my geothermal generators somewhere in this room, and I'll figure out where I want to put them in a moment. Alright, so I think I want to put my geothermal generators something along the lines of that. I think that looks pretty cool. And I need to set up a system to feed them. So what I'm going to do first is grab the ingredients I need to make. I'm going to need 2 of these. I'm going to need an iron gear. 9 pieces of iron or so. And I think that's about it. So I've got my tanks, here come my iron gears, and all the iron I requested. So let's craft ourselves iron pickaxe, iron gear, redstone, and 6 iron. This is going to get me my mining well and my pump. Now I'm also going to need to take with me some teleport pipes. I'm probably going to have to make more of those, so why don't I see if I can get 2 diamond gears out of the system. Yes I can! Hooray, I have enough diamonds. Let's watch this stuff craft, because it's always fun for me to see it all go. Pretty slick. Alright, we'll take this stuff and, yeah, I need to do this on a big crafting table. Get myself some more teleport pipes, and I'll also probably need a little bit more waterproofing. Don't know if I have any of that stuff left over. I think I used it all in the last episode. So why don't I retrieve myself some green dye. I think I have just one of those hanging out, and I'll get some through equivalent exchange. And I'll go cook it up. And then I'm going to go find myself some lava. Before I go, however, I want to put a couple of tanks in this room. So let me grab some glass here. 5 tanks should be quite enough. And I'll put them right here for now. I might need to move them or something, but we'll see what happens. Can't wait to get my quantum boots. But hey, after all, this is what I'm doing this for, right? Alright. Now, let's go find me some lava. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I've got a golden conductive pipe and some golden power, power teleport pipes. I've got some waterproof teleport pipes and some golden waterproof pipes. And this is what I'm going to go and bring down into my pump room and find some lava. So let's see if I can go find some underground. What I'm probably going to do is just go search around for a little bit, and then come back once I've found a decent-sized pool of lava. You know what, come to think of it, I don't need to go look underground for a good source of lava. I found one right over here. That's right, I've got a decent-sized volcano right outside my house. Why don't I take advantage of it? So I'm going to run over to this volcano, and like I said, it's a decent-sized one. I think I've seen bigger, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Let's make a run for it, and what I'm going to do is place the pump right on top. At the top of the volcano, you'll see, if you didn't see it in my last videos, there's a neat little, spout of lava going on. And I gotta eventually get some of this oil going too. Nice little oil spawn there. So let's find myself a way up to this volcano. I want to make sure I don't have any problems getting up there. So far, so good. Don't want to run into any lava anywhere where I don't expect to find it. There we go. Nice little lava spigot at the top. So let's build a pump and place it on top. There we go. And he should extend down and quickly realize that there's lava underneath him. There he goes. And I should maybe even consider putting a portal thingy over here, but for now I'm just going to drop the blue portal. Let's see, I haven't used in liquid levels yet 3, so that'll be my lava teleport, will be liquid 3, and 5 is what I'll use for my energy. So let's go ahead and place down our pipes that we need and get out of here before it gets too dark out. So, energy. And energy I said I was going to use 5. Can receive is true. And this can be frequency 3. Can receive is false. Alright, let's get on home. Now I'm going to run downstairs, and I need to pretty much set up a way to get that lava in here. So of course I need to do a power teleport pipe. Something like that. I'm sorry, a liquid teleport, and a liquid. And that guy was frequency 3, can receive is true. Perfect. Now I want to be able to power that guy, and I don't want to have to run up to my control room upstairs to power him. So why don't I just build a quick system in here to power that machine. Alright, so the way I decided I wanted to build this system is I just want to have one simple, straightforward little guy here. Now, I'm going to need you, and I'm going to need, I have some pistons. Just take one of them, and a new one will get automatically built again, which is cool. Oh, there it came. I was wondering what was taking that iron gear so long. I'm going to need a little bit of iron. So where's that stuff? And now I'm just going to craft myself a simple and straightforward combustion engine. Like so. And I'm also going to run into my Minecraft room real fast and grab this bucket. And I'm going to steal some fuel. Now this isn't an engine that's going to be running for an awfully long time, so I don't want to worry about it. Oh hey look, my engines ran out of power just recently. Neat. Let's get them some fuel. Frequency 2, we'll fill them back up, and while they're filling, I'm just going to grab myself a bucket of fuel. That should be plenty. Maybe I want to grab 2 buckets just to be safe. What do you think? I did have some buckets in here. Looking good. These guys are running. That should be enough fuel for now. Now I don't need to power or cool this guy because I don't plan for him to be running for an awfully long period at a time. Combustion engines can run for a little while before requiring cooling. It's only once they get up to the orange stage that it's going to require much cooling. So for now, I think what I'll do is something pretty simple and straightforward, like, I don't know exactly where I want to build this out, but let's clean this up a little bit. Maybe I want to just put it inside the wall here or something like that. That might be alright. I'll place this guy down, and I do need a wooden pipe. Forgot about that. Where's my friend the requester? See how nice it is having access to all your stuff anywhere in your base? Or almost anywhere for that matter. Wooden transport pipe, one of those please. So what I'm going to do is basically set up this power teleport pipe with one engine, and everything should work out pretty well. So let's make this a energy conductive pipe. Run over to my engine and hook up my teleport pipe, and again that was frequency 5 that I used. Perfect. And I can just go ahead and give this guy a little bit of fuel, and this small amount of fuel that I'm placing in here should be way more than enough than I'll ever really need. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to go ahead and hook up wire here. So why don't I just do this and this, and I'm going to go grab myself some redstone wiring. Okay, grab some redstone wiring for myself. I'm going to just place that like so, and then seal this wall back up. And just so I can see everything and make sure everything's good, I'll put glass right here. That might be neat. And then I can place a lever right on this wall. And that'll activate the engine, which should then send the power over and start getting me some lava. Let's see what happens. Hooray! Exactly what I hoped would happen. Now, just like the oil spigot in Buildcraft, the RedPower volcanoes kind of have this big, tall line of lava. So what's going to happen is, just like the oil spigot, it's going to have to mine a block of source and then the pump's going to have to go deeper, and then mine another source of lava, and then go deeper, and etc., etc. So I'm going to let that run for a few minutes here, and while that's going, I'm going to go out and find myself some of the other materials I'm going to need here to get going. Okay, so in order to continue here, I'm going to need a wooden transport pipe, some golden transport pipes, I'm thinking some cobblestone, some stone, that should be good. I don't think I'll need the iron just yet. I will, however, need, from my RedPower stuff, some pneumatic tubes. I'm also going to need a piston, and if you were paying attention, there were two in there, ha 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 ha, and a chest. And let's get a building, shall we? The first item I want to make here is a new one that I haven't quite yet shown you guys. I place the piston, the chest, and some redstone on the bottom, and this is a lower tier version of a RedPower machine called the deployer, and the deployer is pretty neat. I'm also going to need a filter, I think. Okay, I think I just made a decision here. I want to move this guy. I want to actually have him on this side of the room. Like I said, this is me just changing my mind midstream here. So I'll let that stuff finish filtering into this tank, and then you can see I turned off my combustion engine. So let's see, what do I got here? I need to move this liquid around. So let me go grab my piping waterproofing. Make sure I don't have any already ahead of time. No, I'm good. I'll grab a few of these guys, though. Alright, that's cool. That should be good. So here comes my waterproof pipes. Ta-da! Now, let's get a building, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and also get myself a redstone engine. And I really do need to start getting all the items I need ahead of time. While I'm at it, why don't I get myself 4 wooden gears. And here they come. And you can see it converting even regular old wood into planks and then into the sticks that are needed. And then the excess would be heading back. Alright, so let's get started on this build. What I want to do, first and foremost at least, is move this stuff because I put it in the wrong area. I decide I want to move it. So I can hook up my redstone engine. Boy oh boy, not even nearly enough inventory, huh? And that should be good for now. So I'm just going to drill down here real fast, get myself a quick redstone torch, place it down at the bottom, redstone engine, and wooden waterproof pipe. And then I can run this guy straight over to here. Cool. Now while that's pumping out, let me explain to you guys how the system's going to work. I have this deployer here, and the way the deployer works, if I had my screwdriver on me, I think I left it in my bag here. Nope, I left it upstairs. I need my screwdriver real quick. I'll be right back. So the deployer has an inventory. When I place it down the ground here, you'll see how it works. And if I open up the interface, you'll see it's got this nice little inventory. If I place a block in there and apply a redstone signal, for example, right now, just for an example purpose, I'll put down a redstone torch. Every time it receives a pulse from a redstone signal, it deploys the item. Neat. What it's actually doing is it's simply right-clicking whatever item it has in its inventory. So what can we do with this? We can place this deployer right in front of our lava chest, like that. And I need to make sure it's facing the right way, so I got my screwdriver out. Now if I place an empty bucket inside, remember I have a few of those, and I apply a redstone signal, let's see what happens. lava disappeared from the tank. That's right, it pulled a lava bucket out. Awesome. Very cool. So now I have a way to get lava out of tanks and into buckets. So let's use this to our advantage. So what I want to do is basically set up inside this wall here, because I want to keep the room somewhat clean. I'm going to place down my deployer, and I'm going to make sure it's facing the right way. There we go. And next I'm going to place down right next to it an item called a filter. And if I take 2 gold and a piston and some cobblestone and one of those red doped wafers, I get myself a filter. And what a filter do is it's basically like a retriever, but you have to connect it to an inventory instead of inline in a pneumatic tube system. So what I'm doing is I'm connecting it to this system, like so. And it's got a little output on the back. And if I place a lava bucket inside the filter, it'll say only pull out lava buckets from the inventory that it's touching. Sounds pretty reasonable. So let's do that. And where do I want those lava buckets to go into? I'm going to want those guys to go into an automatic crafting table. So let's build one of them. And what that's going to do, I get myself another lava bucket, is combine my lava bucket with an empty cell to get a lava cell. Sweet. And then I want to make sure to pump out all the lava cells using a wooden transport pipe, a redstone engine, and a redstone torch. Like so. Perfect. So what should happen is every time this guy pulses on a redstone signal, he should get a lava bucket. Now there is a minor problem here. And what is that problem, you're going to ask? I need a way to make sure that I get my empty buckets out of here. So I'm going to need another filter so that I can pull the empty buckets out of the crafting grid and send them right back into the deployer. So why don't I go build myself one of those guys right now. Alright, so let's give this a try. I'm going to place down this filter right here. And I got to get my screwdriver and orient him correctly. There we go. And then some pneumatic tubes that'll go something like this. Right back here. And those pneumatic tubes, even though they look like they're connecting to buildcraft pipes, the liquid pipes there, I don't think that'll be a problem, but we'll find out what happens. And I want to put in my filter here an empty bucket, and I got a couple of those in here. So let's see what happens. Why don't I just temporarily put a chest here? Of course I don't have one on me. Oh well, I'll just let it fall on the floor. Why not? So I also need to make sure I have a steady supply of empty cells. So I do actually need a chest or two, so let me go get one. Alright, just went and got myself a couple of those guys. So the chests sitting next to the automatic crafting table will be where the supply of empty cells hangs out. And why don't I just make a couple more of these guys real quick, just to make sure that we don't have any issues. That'll give me a stack of them. And don't worry, I'll have a way to do to keep the supply of empty cells in here in mind. Don't sweat it. So, combine a lava with an empty cell, gives you a lava cell. This filter will pump out empty buckets back into the deployer system. And the filter here, with the lava buckets going straight into this guy, everything should work properly. Let's cross our fingers and see what happens. So I'm going to put an empty bucket in there, and I'm briefly going to test it by pulsing it right like so. Now if I look inside, we've got a lava bucket. And if I pulse this guy, still a lava bucket in there, it pulled out the lava bucket. Oh right, I need to place the lava bucket in a chest. That might be tricky. I mean, need to move this stuff. So I just need to swap this guy with this guy. And yeah, I know, it's faster to break it if I don't use my mining drill. What do you want from me? And as always, inventory problems, right? Alright, so now that'll go into a chest, and then my automatic crafting table can go down like so. And in my chest, I'll have my empty cells, automatic crafting table, I need one of those. Can be a cell and a lava bucket. Now it should do what I want it to do. And again, this guy will be pulling out the empty buckets. And of course, I can put down here the redstone torch, and the engine, and the wooden pipe. Let's see what happens, shall we? Alright, one more time. Let's pretend that we have got our lava bucket in here, pulsing a redstone signal there, lava bucket's hanging out, and hey look, I got a lava bucket that's empty now, and I've got a redstone, or I'm sorry, a lava filled cell right there. Beautiful. Now let's pretend that we pulse this guy right here, this filter. And if I do that, it should pull the bucket right out. And it did. So we've got a self-sustained system. Beautiful. Now I just need to get myself some timers and a couple other tricky things. So let's get going and make sure we've got everything we need set up. Gonna need probably at least a timer, some more redstone wiring. Probably might need some wireless redstone, but we'll see. So for now, I'm just going to leave the system as is, and I'll be right back once I have all the ingredients I need. And a new pipe that I'm going to be using here in this system, I've got 2 iron ingots and a redstone and a glass on top. As you can see, I use my craft guide thingy there, the NEI thing, to figure that out. Need 2 iron ingots, glass, and redstone. And that'll give me the distribution pipe. That's going to come in handy pretty darn soon. Let's go see. I also need to get myself some more wool. Alright. Now I did throw into this chest over here to make me some red alloy wires. Cool. How's my wool situation? Probably not terribly good. Get a piece of wool in the target block there. I'm going to just throw in some Mobius fuel. How much wool does Mobius fuel get me? A good amount, not bad. Going to need a little bit more than that though. Yeah, quite a bit of wool. So, what I want to do is build some wiring for RedPower. So I'm going to set up a little something like this. I want to make sure I have a good amount of red alloy wires. And I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to want here. Oh, you know what? I need more red alloy ingots. So while I'm waiting for a couple more red alloy ingots to cook, I'm going to make myself 6 green wool, and I'm also going to need 6 yellow wool, and finally I'm going to make myself 6 red wool. Perfect. How are you guys doing? We're getting there. So what I can do is place 3 of these in here, and instead of taking red alloy wire, I'm going to get yellow alloy wire. Yellow insulated wire, that is. And that's pretty cool. And you're going to say to yourself, what's up with this yellow wiring? Don't worry, I'll explain it. You'll figure it all out pretty darn soon how this works. Let's also deposit some other junk I don't need into this guy. How we doing there? Almost done with a third. And I'm also going to get myself, let's go with yellow for now, or green that is. And let's just go with plain old white for a minute. And I'll create some red, but I don't think I'm going to need it, so I'll wait off on making the red ones. And almost there. You know what? I have an idea on what I'll use the red for. The reason I don't like using red, guys, is because it's hard to distinguish, I guess, from normal red alloy wire. It's, kind of noticeable, but it's a little tricky. Now, if you combine any color in a 5 pattern like this with 4 pieces of string on the side, you're going to come up with some red bundled cabling. So I'm going to get 2 sets of those. I'm probably going to need a little bit more of that. So let's see. Do I have a third here? Yeah, there we go. And it doesn't matter what color you use. You can use any color you want for the most part. And my string. I might want a little bit more of this bundled stuff, but for now I think we're good. So let me go clean up my inventory and we'll go build something neat. Alright, so I've come back to my room here, and you can see I just mined out a little bit of the space behind, and I want to make sure that everything's running smoothly. So the interesting thing about this wiring, right? Normal redstone wiring, if I had the red alloy wire here, will connect to itself. However, insulated wiring will not connect to wiring of a different color. It will connect to normal red uninsulated wiring though. Nifty. Now how are we going to use this to our advantage? Good question. I also need to make myself a couple timers real quick. I think I forgot to get those, so why don't I make them real fast? Alright, I think I've got everything I need here. So let's run some wiring, shall we? You can see I've got these 3 levers here. I want to run them to pretty much be my control system. So I'm going to run them like so. Maybe not these guys here. Yeah, I think that's how I want to do it. Now what's this bundled cabling all about? Well, the bundled cabling can be used to run multiple signals over one line. So that is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is just run it right past here. Probably need a little bit more of this stuff, so let me see if I can figure a way to do it with less of it. Alright, I'm going to pass on using the bundled cable at the moment. I think I can do it without it. It's a neat thing to use, and I kind of want to use it just because it looks cool, but I'll hold off for now because it's a little bit, I don't have as much as I want. So let's run this green cabling like so. I'm just going to place down a timer right here. But I actually want this to be the reverse. So let me get myself a NOT gate real quick. So I just built myself a nice little NOT gate. And what that's going to do is basically alternate it. And this is more for appearance purposes than anything terribly functional. But the reason I'm going with this NOT gate here is because I want to make sure that when I flip the lever, the same direction does everything. So basically I want like down to turn on my combustion engine. I want down to turn on the timer. But right now, off has the timer on. So if I just place down this nice little gate here, like so, it kind of alternates it. So that when I flip the lever down, it turns on the timer. Alright, I lied. You know what? This might need to be a little different. Alright guys, so what's my problem right here? I forgot that insulated wiring here will not take or receive a signal through a block. So redstone signals usually go through a block, but in this case they don't because of the way insulated wiring is set up to use this system. So if I break this off here and use uninsulated wiring, everything's working the way I want it to, except for the fact that it's connecting here. So I need to put insulated wiring on all 3 of these lines here in order to get these levers to work through the block that they're on. And there might be a better way to do this, but my solution is to take a RedPower stone cover and place it like so. Remember I said stone covers can pretty much separate 2 pneumatic tubes? Well, it can do the same thing for RedPower wiring. So that's pretty neat. And we don't have to worry about these guys connecting because the wires are running like so. And I can run my white wire this way. So that looks very nice, and everything I think is going to work pretty well. So why don't I go turn off my lever here, and that'll disable my little timer. And I'm going to set the timer interval to 1 second. Why not? That looks like a good time to go. Now let's run this guy under the floorboards here to my machines. And I can just run this as normal, good old-fashioned redstone wiring, and I think that if I did something like this, it would work out rather well. I could probably just run it this way here. I might actually want to place this here like this, and then run this down. And it's alright that it's running past this thing, it's always going to be running anyway, it doesn't matter when or how. I'm just going to run this up along this wall, and this way the pulse will pulse both these machines every second. And I can run it along this wall here. There we go, that looks good to me. And that'll pulse that machine. So that should be good. So now I can activate my engine with this lever. And I can separately activate my redstone pulse system with the middle lever. So let's give this a quick test and see what happens. I've got an empty bucket in here. I'm going to turn this guy on. And he should pulse out and do his thing. And look, a lava cell was produced. There goes a lava bucket, and a lava cell gets produced, and the empty bucket goes that way. Beautiful. And I can now turn the system off with this lever. Not too bad, eh? That's pretty neat. Alright, what can I say? I'm proud of myself. It's not that complicated of a system, but it looks cool. And finally, I want to use this white wire for something a little bit different. But before I get into what that's going to do, I need to run some plain old cobblestone transport pipes. But I'm going to place down a golden one here. And I'm going to get myself a redstone torch. And the golden one, as you guys should know, will just basically cause this any items going through this piping system to move a lot faster. And again, this thing connecting here isn't going to hurt because it's always on, so it won't hurt nothing. And I'm going to run down some cobblestone and some smooth stone transport pipes, and I'm also going to use the distribution pipe. So let's run this down as smooth stone for now. And I need to run it over to these guys. Because what I want to do is basically make sure that it evenly distributes all the lava cells. So if it produces 8 lava cells, it turns on all 8 of these geothermal generators. So that should be cool. Let's make sure we have enough room for our system here. Okay. Now, I want to distribute like so. Probably going to want to place a distribution pipe here and one up here. Alright, let's give this guy another try. I need to place down, I think I need to place 8 distribution pipes just like so. That looks pretty good to me. And I need to run the cabling like this. And this will kind of alternate everything for me. I'm going to need some more smooth stone. That's alright, I'll get that going in a moment here. Okay. I should probably dig around here just a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now there might be a slightly more efficient way to do this, but what do you want from me? I'm not perfect. So let's open up this guy down here. This is where everything's going to come in. We're going to tell it that I want to make sure I can see the path that I need to follow here. Alright, so the yellow path is going to be forward. So we want anything that comes in, one item to go forward, which is the yellow path. Green and light blue aren't going to be used, and neither is white is used, actually. Red won't be used on this guy. Alright, so 8 items are going to come in here, right? I want one of them to go forward to the yellow guy. I want one of them to go up to the red guy. No, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter how it goes, but yeah, let's do that. So one forward yellow, one up red. Okay, so that's guy there. And then the remaining 6 should go down the blue path. This one here will get 6 items coming in. We want, and this one here, we'll just say 1 going forward to yellow. So that way the one item that comes up here will go down the yellow path. And this guy will also be just the yellow path. as will this guy, and this guy. Okay, so this one gets 6 items coming in, right, because blue is 6, and we want 1 to go forward, 1 to go up, which is the white path, and 4 to go over, which is the blue path. This guy should be the same, 1 yellow, 1 white, and 2 to the blue. And this guy can be 1 yellow and 1 white. Alright, I think that should work. I think. I guess we'll have to see. So that looks pretty good to me. So let's connect our smooth stone piping again, and we'll test that again in a few minutes. Again, a little clunky, but not terrible. It works. So I can probably seal this wall up for the most part. I'm going to run outside here, and you can see that for the most part, this whole system is going to be pretty covered up. But I might be able to sneak in there whenever I want. Now the next thing I want to be able to do is run some power lines off this, so I'm going to need to get my industrial craft hat on and start building some industrial craft stuff to connect and absorb all the power that these geothermal generators are going to get for me. So why don't I clean up my inventory and I'll be back. Alright, so hoping I've got everything I need here, I'm just going to craft myself a quick machine, and I'm going to need 4 of my old friends, the energy crystals. That's right, I'm making myself an MFE, and this should be cool. Place that guy down there, and the 4 copper cables gives me my MFE. And then I'm going to need a few more of these glass fiber cables. So I'm just going to place 2 diamonds and 2 silver ingots on each side with some glass on the top and bottom. And that'll get me hopefully enough glass fiber cables to go. I think we'll be alright. If not, we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's place down, and remember if you hold shift and click on a machine, it won't open up the interface for that machine. And I'm just going to run this guy right here like so. Maybe I want to run this through the walling. Maybe I'll rerun it later if I really decide I want to, but for now I'll just leave it out like that. Alright, cool. So now we have somewhere for our MFE to go. So, we've got our power going into our MFE, there's no lava in there at the moment. And I hope that the running these cables into the back of these machines works. If not, we'll figure it out. So let's give it a go, shall we? I'm just gonna give this guy enough time to pulse, probably just once. That should be enough. We'll let our lava cell go in there, and we'll see if it makes its way into its machine where it's supposed to. Alright, it decided to go to the very far end one. So is that guy running, or did it go into the top slot like I'm afraid it did? Yeah, it went into the top slot like I'm afraid it did. So I gotta rewire this guy a little bit. So let me get out my wrench. See what's confusing me here, guys, is it used to be that you could run cables into the back, but not anymore. So that's alright, I have an idea on how to resolve this. And it's actually probably going to be a little bit easier to do than my current build. So let me clean up all these tubes here, all these pipes. And I'm going to use my electric wrench to knock these geothermal generators off. Oh good, I didn't lose any. Perfect. Now I can grab this guy, get these off here. Nice. I'm going to place my geothermal generators. Oh, I did lose one. Rubbish. Let's see. Oh, I happen to have refined iron on me. Sweet. I can make that right back. Yeah, I know, I have some empty cells in my chest, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Perfect. So, I'll place this guy's like here, 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 and here. Okay. And I'm going to need to run some tubes underneath the ground. Alright, the old craft pipes go down here. Let me just think about the design in my head real quick and I'll be back to show it to you. Alright, I think I've built a decent system here. Let's see what happens. Items are going to come in here to this middle guy, and we're going to want him to send one item forward and one item down, so that's one yellow and one red. One yellow going forward, which will go into the top ones, and one red, which will go down here and into the bottom set of geothermal generators. We're also going to want him to send two down the blue path, the dark blue path, which will send one forward and one down. One red, one yellow. Cool. This guy is also going to send 4 to the light blue. And the light blue will send 2 light blue, 1 red, 1 yellow. And this guy will also send 1 red, 1 yellow. And if I did all that right, I know I kind of said that quickly, I'm sorry about that, but if I did it all properly, it should evenly distribute. And then I'm going to go throw down some iron pipes right here. And we want to make sure that whenever these things come into the system, I'm going to need to get out my Buildcraft wrench again, things go up. That doesn't look half bad. Could be a little bit nicer looking, but oh well. Maybe I'll clean it up in the future. So let's get the power generation thing going. Alright. So, let's get enough to do 8 of these guys, shall we? And if I did everything properly, I can hit this lever, and we should start getting some lava cells. And we should also see each of our geothermal generators turn on all at the right times, one after another. There's one. Two. So far, so good. 3. 4. Nice. 5. 6. 7. And there's the 8th one. Looking good to me. So we've got an evenly distributed system. Let me do something about this sound thing real quick. And if I grab my EU reader, each one of these guys should be producing 120 energy units per tick. Or, I'm sorry, 20 energy units per tick, and altogether we should be getting 160. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see. This MFE is going to fill up awfully quick. So why don't I turn this lever off? I don't need to be making any more lava cells. But I do want to pump a little bit more lava out of the area. And I also want to grab this crafting table here, use some tin, and make myself a few more buckets. The system will move a little bit quicker if we have more buckets in it. I could even speed this up by, I think 1 second's good for now. I might speed it up in the future, who knows. But, yep, it's burning through the geothermal generators. Not bad at all. And you can see they're starting to turn off now. A couple more made it into the system before it was done, but hey, not bad. And I got a good amount of energy out of it. So now, let's work on our next bit, shall we? Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to build is a mass fabricator, and I'm going to start using all that power that I just set up in that system down there. However, this episode's getting awfully long. I just checked and it's up to about an hour already, so consider that your Happy New Year's present. I made an hour-long video, like a couple of you have requested. So yeah, this guy is an hour long, and look, I got 260,000 energy units. That's pretty neat. So, yeah, this is Direwolf20. I'm going to wrap up now. Like I said, an hour-long video. And I'll catch you all next time. So I hope you enjoyed checking out episode 19. Stay tuned for episode 20, where I'm going to build a mass fabricator and take advantage of all that power I'm producing downstairs. I'm also going to have to do a couple neat tricks because I want to make sure any solar power that I'm getting, i.e. the power coming in through this system, is not going to waste. So stay tuned for that. Alright everybody, take it easy.